there you are. Hi guys. I'm going to make a French dressing, homemade, and then I'm going to make some cranberry chicken with it. So I hope I have everything laid out here that we need. Having a hot espresso. Delicious. It was cold here this morning. Very cold. Okay, you're going to see me look up because I have the recipe on my Alexa right here for my French dressing. Okay, so we're going to go with a cup of sugar. Now, you know, I always change stuff up a little bit. So I did 3/4 cups of white sugar and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Just a little different. We have a cup of vegetable oil, but I'm using avocado oil. So in that goes. And then we have a 1/2 cup of white vinegar. And that goes. A 1/2 cup of lemon juice. And then in this bowl, I have a tablespoon of garlic, a teaspoon of paprika, and a teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to put all that in there. And that got a little wet, so I'm going to get that in there. So yesterday, what a day. Yesterday, I guess I had been getting notifications, but I didn't pay attention to them. And yesterday, I was going to go live, and I saw a notification from Facebook saying that lives only last 30 days now. Lives and reels used to last, if you saved it, it would stay on your phone forever. It would stay on your reels forever. If you wanted to go back and repost it, you could. Now they've changed it. So they only stay on for 30 days. So if there's something on here that you guys want to see, my suggestion is to hit the share button and save it onto your phone or write it down. The only other thing I can do is not go live, pre-record it, and put it on. I like to go live because I like to see who's on here. But yesterday I had to go and put all my videos back on. And so I'm waiting to see if they're going to delete them. Hi, honey, how are you? I'm waiting to see if they're going to delete them again. My son was here, and I had him go back and look on his phone, and they were deleting them off. So after 30 days, they're gone. I don't know if I do a live on Instagram and put it on Facebook, if they'll still delete it. I don't know. So right now, I'm just going to keep coming on here. And then when I get a notification saying they're going to take that one video off, I will save that video and put it back on and see if it deletes it again. So anyway, this is what we're doing today. So yesterday was a little hectic, but I got it figured out. So we had a 1/2 cup of, let me scroll this back down. Okay, so we had, on their recipe, it said a cup of sugar, but I did 3/4 of white and 1/4 of brown sugar. And then we had a 1/2 cup of vinegar, white vinegar, a cup of vegetable oil, a 1/2 cup of lemon juice, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of paprika, and a tablespoon of garlic. Now you can either do 1 clove, press it, or use the minced garlic, however you want. And I switched it up a bit with the brown sugar. And then it says a small onion chopped finely or grated, so we're going to do that. I'm just going to pull out a little piece here because I got to cut more of this up for the cranberry chicken. I don't want an overpowering. I love you too, Trace. So I think all these, like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, they all have their own rules. And I know a lot of the people that I get on here with are on Facebook. That's why I want to stay with Facebook. I do have on YouTube, and I am on TikTok, and I am on Instagram. But what I do is I save it off of Facebook onto my camera, and then I go back and I download them onto the other platforms. But I was going to try to do a double thing. I don't know how you would say it. To do two platforms at once, but I couldn't figure out how to get on TikTok. So I am still waiting. I sent a submit ticket into them, and I'm waiting on them to get back to me. So as soon as they get back to me to help me, then I will set up my laptop and my phone, and I'll be on two platforms at once. Okay, so it said just either grate or finely chop up some onions, so that's what I did. And then we're going to put it in there. And we'll set that aside for a minute. And then we're going to give this a good zhuzh stirring. I usually have French dressing, but I am out, so I was like, well, best next thing is make it. So the last thing that we got to put in here is the ketchup, and I forgot it. Let me get it. Okay, and it says we need 2/3 of the cup. I want to make sure that that says 2/3. Yep. So that's 1/3. And I'm going to hump it up just a little bit. Why not? A little extra for goodness. Okay. So in goes the last ingredient, which is ketchup, and that's 2/3 of the cup. And of course, my husband only likes Heinz, so. We'll see. Let's get this mixer going, this hand mixer. I have to thank my girlfriend Lisa for this. I love this thing. It is like the best gift ever. It's great for eggs. It's great for making sauces. It's just great. It's all around great. It's like one of those gadgets that you're like, oh, I love that gadget. Well, it looks incorporated. let's give it a taste and see if it tastes like French dressing. That's good. Maybe I won't buy it no more. I'll just make it. Very good. That's very good. Now, that's probably going to, a pint's going to be too little. That's probably that's probably maybe 3 cups. Let's see. And let's see if I can pour this without making a mess. It's pretty doggone good there, Jenny. Okay. So it says we got 2.5 cups. That's what it is, 2.5 cups. So, and then you'll just be able to put this in the, so the recipe calls for 1 cup today. So, doesn't that look like French dressing? It tastes delicious. Well, I'll have to write this recipe down because it's good and I like it. Okay, so we're going to use my oblong casserole pan again. And we are going to need a glass measuring cup. I'm right here. I didn't go too far. I gotta get better at putting stuff out. Okay. So we need the oblong pan. And we're going to lay our chicken breasts in the bottom. They are 1/4 of an ounce, or no, 4 ounces filet. 4-ounce fillets. So I have them thawed. They're all in this bowl. I don't want to touch them because I don't want to have to wash my hands. So we're going to do this. I'm just going to lay them in here. That's what the directions say. I have never made this either, so we'll see if the boys like it. Bud just asked me what I was making, and I told him, you'll have to watch my live. I don't know if he's watching or not. I don't see him on there. So it said 6, and one of mine kind of fell apart, so I'll have 7 in here, it looks like. Not really, but that's what it looks like, anyhow. Alright. And I know if you guys watched me the other day, you guys know I hate touching chicken. I just don't like touching chicken. Alright, so we're just going to set that there. And then, we'll push this aside and we're going to cut some more onion. Cut some more onion up. I was going to make some, no-bake, sugar-free no-bake cookies, you know, with the oatmeal and the peanut butter. And I thought, I'm just going to make this. I'll have supper done and I won't have to do anything else. I am going to craft the rest of the day. I'm going to get some hearts made for my mantle. So, if anybody knows me, I love to craft on top of baking. So, and I got to looking at my Valentine's stuff, and I was like, I need to make some new stuff. So my sister sent me a heart. We are supposed to make homemade gifts for each other. We do buy too, but we are supposed to make a homemade gift. And I made her a blanket. Her blanket, I kept crocheting it, and it ended up turning out to be a king-size blanket. And it was going to cost me a lot of money to send. So I bought her Christmas gift, and I told her when she comes in August, she can pick up her other part, because it will be here, and she can take it home with her. But anyhow, she made me this heart for Christmas, and I love it. I just dropped the onion on the floor, but it'll be all right. The vacuum will get it. AJ will pick it up. When we were out in Arizona, not in this past November, but in December or January last year, my niece had, she has these vacuums, like the Shark or whatever. Just goes around and get, okay, so the onions are going to go in. Just sprinkle them around on your chicken. Anyhow, she has these vacuums that go around and around and around. And I said to her, wow, I really like that. And she said, Auntie, don't waste your money on the Shark. I bought this other one off of Amazon. And she said, it works just as good as the Shark. And I only paid $89 or $90. I don't remember what it was. Something like that. It wasn't a lot. And so she gave me the name. And when we were there, we went in. You're right, Trace. Onions are poisonous to pups. But we don't have one. Remember, Angus passed away. Anyhow, we came home. She gave me the link for it. We came home, and I ordered it. Best thing ever. So when we were in Arizona, we went to this place called Apache Junction. And after we got back, the twins were spending the night, and Terry and I sent it out. And we told them somebody special was coming to see them. And they were like, who is it, Nay? Oh, those onions are making my eyes water. And I said, well, you'll see when it gets here. And he woke up, and it started going around, and they were like, you got a vacuum? And we were like, yeah. You want to know what its name is? And they were like, yeah. And we were like, we named it Apache Junction. So now we call it AJ. So AJ comes out every day and does a good sweeping of the house. Fun fact. Fun fact from Arizona. Okay. So I'm going to grab another bowl. Hold on a minute, guys. It didn't say to do this. It just said to open the pan, spread it on, and then pour your French dressing on top of it. I don't want to do that. I prefer to mix it. Once again, I'm going to do something my way. But remember, on the recipe, it called for a cup of sugar, and I only did 3/4 of white sugar and 1/4 of brown sugar. And I should have got out the electric one of these, but that's all right. Okay, so we have a can, and what does this weigh? It's a 14-ounce can of the cranberry jelly sauce. Good deal on these right now at Sam's Club. You get a 6-pack for $4.81 for a 6-pack of them. If there's anybody out there that likes to cook with cranberry. Okay, I'm just going to give that a little chopping. I can hear Big Terry on the phone. Okay, let's get this smushed up. Ooh, those onions are strong. Yeah, pups for us. We're done with pups. We're done with pups and animals. We are so done. So. Alright. So, I planted that, and then it called for a cup of the French dressing. Now, you can buy it. I didn't have any, so I homemade it. So, we're going to use a cup of this. Oops. And that'll need washed. And so we have a cup of French dressing going in. And make sure we get it all out. All right. I'm going to get a wooden spoon and give this a good mix. Well, this is Big Terry's idea because, like I said, they had cranberry sauce on sale at Sam's, and he was like, "Ooh, that sounds good with chicken," and we just bought all that chicken. I'm like, okay, I'll find a recipe. Now, in the directions, it said just pour the can on and spread it out. And then drizzle the French dressing over it. I chose to put them together and to stir. And I still think it needs stirring. Okay. So then I'm just going to make sure I got some on each piece of chicken. I'll be excited to eat dinner tonight. In the directions, it says it takes 1 hour and 15 minutes for this to cook on 350 is what it says. So, it also said, oh, there's a chunk there. It also said, let's take that back out. It also said to cover it for your first hour and then uncover it for the last 15 minutes. So that's what we'll do. Now remember, I changed it up a little bit, so I will list everything that I did, and then when it comes out of the oven, I will take a picture of it and I'll post all the ingredients. Scraper. I'll post all the ingredients and take a picture and let you guys see what it's like, and then I'll let you know how it tastes. Okay. It looks yummy. All right. So there that is. It smells good. It smells really good. It doesn't call for any, it didn't call for any spices. I am going to put a little bit of pit boss pepper on here. I don't know. I just think it needs something. So we're just... I have to tone this down. My husband told me I got too much. You need to tone it down. So we're going to tone it down. Okay. That's toned down. A little bit of pit boss. And in the South, everybody knows we like our Old Bay. So, and a little bit of that goes. And a little bit of salt. this was not on the directions. This is my directions. So, and you know what else I think would, thyme. I think thyme would go good in here. Let me grab some. Here we go. We're gonna put some thyme in here. It didn't say that. I just think it needs it. I don't know. I mean, I need it open. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of thyme in here. Just a little. Just a little. And that looks pretty. Looks better to me. I don't know how it's going to taste, but it looks better. So that's it on that. It'll go in the oven, like I said, for an hour covered, 15 minutes not covered, and my oven's warming up. And then, like I said, on the Facebook rules and regulations, I'm trying to figure it out. We'll see. I like to go on live. I've had a couple people reach out to me and tell me different things I could possibly do. I'm not real tech savvy. We've reached out to one of Bud's friends. He can help me. So I'm waiting on a text from him. And like I said, once TikTok gets back with me, I will do a live on Facebook and a live on TikTok simultaneously. And then when I get notifications that a video is going to be deleted, I will then that day upload it and put it back on. That's the only thing I can do right now. So I know yesterday people were probably like, what in the world is this woman doing? She's downloading video after video. Well, I was afraid they were going to all go away. And so I didn't know which ones they had taken down. So thank goodness I had saved them all to my phone. But when I put them back on Facebook yesterday, I thought, okay, well, I downloaded it to my camera and saved it. I'll just put it back on Facebook. When I put it back on Facebook, it told me it was a reel again. So I'm assuming in 30 days they're going to take those down. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. I know there's a lot of other people that I watch too. Brenda Gant's one. I love Brenda Gant. I love her recipes. I love her cookbooks. I love everything about the woman. She's like the top to me. Anyhow, her and a couple other ones were saying about how they were taking their lives down. And so I watched them yesterday and they were just like, I don't know what to do. Write the stuff down, maybe share it, save it, do whatever, to see if that helps. I don't know. But we'll figure it out together. Somehow we'll figure it out. And if you can always give me some thumbs up, some hearts, some likes and shares, I would love it. So I'll be back on later. Well, I won't be back on. I will post the picture and the recipe, and I'll let you guys know how it tastes, and I'll take pictures. So thank you, Tracy, for those hearts. And I can see who's posting them, so that's good. Thank you, honey. So that's what I'm going to do from now on. I'm just going to wait, and whenever I see one being deleted, I'm just going to copy it, paste it, put it back on. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to get off here and clean this tornado of a kitchen up, because I have done that, and cover it, put it in the oven, and when it's done, I'll take pictures, and I'll post it later. I talk to you guys later. Love you, Trace. Talk to you later, sweetie. Bye.